What is this blasphemy I am seeing right now? Say the non-existent viewers. TVBnine is reviewing a live-action Disney remake, but he hates live-action remakes. That is correct, my non-existent viewers. Today is Turtle Tuesday. I am in the middle. I'm at the 12-minute and 55-second mark currently of season 3, episode 13. Casey Jones versus the Criminal Underground. I think is what this episode is called. Give me a sec. Versus the Underworld. Yeah. So I got through the parts where like Casey feels butthurt over like the turtles leaving him out of them going to Dimension X to stop the Krang invasion. Now he's going all vigilante and he's not doing so hot facing all these guys by himself without the turtles, and Raph is like trying to knock some sense into him, but he keeps going off and he's going after the Shredder, and like the Shredder's got Karai in her mutant form like in his base, and like he's uniting this other like this mafia like gang boss, right, with whatever his name is, with the purple dragons, and he's like establishing, hey, we already control like the Russian mob with Steranko, aka Rocksteady. And the show keeps getting bigger and bigger. And it's funny because I keep saying these videos that like the TMNT franchise has a lot of like post-apocalyptic like open world video game potentially. It's like, oh, I was around gathering resources like it was a zombie apocalypse or something, which is like hee. Very funny reference. But anyways, I reluctantly like saw the live action Lilo and Stitch remake. Because, well, it's like, it was, my new girlfriend really wanted to see it, so I was like, okay, for her sake, I'm going to see this film. It's going to go one out of two ways. One, it might actually surprise me and be a decent live-action Disney remake for once, like the Jungle Book remake we got back in 2016, or B, it's going to flop horrendously at box office and it's going to be super bad, and it's like, well, hey, I got to make a top 9 worst movies of the year list, too, as well as a top 9 best movies of the year list. You gotta have a best list and a worst list at the same time, right? So sometimes I go to see movies that I know are getting trashed by the critics just to, like, for the sake of that video existing every January. But it actually ended up being the former case instead of the latter case. I actually enjoyed the live action Lilo and Stitch remake. Is it without its problems? Absolutely not. It definitely has its issues. And I feel like, is it a live action remake that has no reason to exist? Yes, I will say this, you're better off sticking with the original, the 2002 classic, Lilo and Stitch, which is one of my all-time favorite animated films. I watched the absolute hell out of the movie growing up. I had, like, Lilo and Stitch pajamas. I was watching, like, the directed-to-video sequels, and yeah, like, the Lilo and Stitch franchise was just, like, a big part of my upbringing, so it was just, like, I still think Disney needs to knock it off with live-action remakes because, some of them aren't even, like, financial successes. But, there are enough differences. Some of the differences bother me, but other times I was like, okay, they've made some changes from the original film to where, like, I can, see this remake as its own movie, right? Instead of, just comparing it to the original constantly. So, and it's got some really cute, heartfelt moments between Lilo and Stitch and Nani, which I actually wasn't really thrilled with the casting choice at first, but live action Nani was really good. Yeah, so again, there's nothing the film does well that the original film doesn't do better, but I still had like a decent time while watching it, and yeah, my girlfriend did too. So overall, the live action Lilo and Stitch, I'm giving it a 5 out of 9 stars. It's a passable film. So, I just got done watching, the Casey Jones versus the Underworld episode. And, the episode ends with Casey saving the day and the whole, the factory just exploding in cheesy poofs. And now, then Donnie cracks a formula that the chemicals aren't explosive, they're going to be used as, a mind-controlling device. And now, okay, so, Paramount Plus is being weird. There's episode 13, the episode we just watched, right? Then there's episode 15, then 15, then 16. They misspelled it. They have a typo. Episode 14, not 15. There's not 2 episode 15s. That's not how it works. But yeah, this is Clash of the Mutant Moles, and it's and you see two, and then it starts with Tiger Claw. Oh, the Fauci twins. Falky twins, yeah. it's like with the mafia, in New York City. I remember reading about this growing up. It was like in order to be in the mafia, you have to be like 100% Italian. And I had like because growing up in the Northeast, like I had a lot of like friends grow up who were like there's a lot of people from the New Jersey, New York area who were like either of Irish descent or like Italian descent. So like my friend Anthony, you guys, if anyone's been watching my videos since like high school, you've probably seen him in my videos. Like one day he told me he was like 100% Italian, which he is. I was just like, mafia, 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 Anthony's a mafia, everybody, and he starts laughing. So I'm at the 6 minute and 57 second mark of episode 14 right now, and like Leatherhead and Pigeon Pete just like go down to the turtle lair and tell them like, oh, that Tiger Claw has captured Slash and Rockwell, and Mikey gives Pigeon Pete the pizza crust, like all it's placing is some bread. Then Pigeon Pete eats the pizza crust, and his mind just goes kaboom with like all the goodness of the pizza crust. But it's funny because like Mike's like, we got even better than bread. We got pizza crust, but it's like, but pizza crust is made out of bread. Like, not all bread is pizza crust, but all pizza crust is made of bread. So pizza crust is really just the bread, but with a lot of extra steps. So I'm at the 13-minute mark right now with so I like the Rockwell and Slash got out of the lair, and then like they were brought back to the turtles' lair. Then like the because Shredder, Mr. Stockman, the fly guy, mind controlled Rockwell and Slash, and then they take Raph as like their prisoner all the way back to their lair. So now the three other turtles and Leatherhead are returning to the Shredder's lair to liberate their brother. But now the Raph's got the worm stuck in his head. Now he's gonna be mind controlled too. Oh boy, this is gonna be a whole new type of like Leo versus Raph, them like getting on each other's nerves. But this time it's gonna be, oh geez. Oh man. Oh wait, because this is what Raph wanted from the start, was to like go after Shredder, the start of the episode. He's like, let's just take the fight to Shredder once and for all. But no, oh man, if Shredder wins, there we go. So Shredder has finally mind controlled Raph. Oh jeez. We'll see how the rest of the episode goes, I guess. Alright, I just want to say I'm at the end of the episode now. This was both great episodes, but fantastic conclusion when Leo gets Raph to, knocks him out of the worm's mind control by like telling him, oh, you like doing what Shredder does you. Like, oh, you like doing what Shredder tells you to do, and like how much and just reminding Raph how much he hates following orders and all that, and they start like hacking out the worms. Raph pukes out the worm, and then like Donnie's just like, oh, Leo, you're a genius, something you're not, Rockwell, and like starts insulting Rockwell, and just like and Rockwell and Slash puke out the worms, and they all turn on Shredder, even though like once they get Shredder where they want him, they all the other Footbots and Tiger Claw show up, so they all have to escape once again. But it's like, and Shredder just yells in rage. But it was just so cool seeing all the turtles and Leatherhead and Rockwell and Pigeon Pete and Slash all just gang up on the Shredder. But the fact that Shredder could still hold his ground against all 8 of them still shows they still have a long way to go. And that's like, I'm very, this is only season 3, so like we're halfway through season 3 at this point, so like I'm officially halfway done with this series. Daly has told me that he's not the biggest fan of season 5, if my memory is correct from our, from like what we've been messaging each other over Instagram. But yeah, I'm very curious to see like what direction the show is going from here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Turtle Tuesday, and yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day and stay beastly.